Hello there, YouTubes. This is going to be a slightly different one to the ones I usually do here on either this. Well, I can only really do Hangouts on the channel now. I'm going to be doing a slightly longer one because I'm not going to upload this to my first channel. It's just going to be like a Hangout session, exclusive Kevin Francis Logan channel material, rather than essentially a kind of really quick and easy way of doing a video for my main channel. Um, Basically, I don't have an enormous amount of this is the big issue of the day or whatever stuff. I'm basically going to be sort of ranting slash chatting with people in the comment in the chat room bit. Now, for those of you, it's been a strange 24, 48 hours for me. For those who don't know, there's been a bit of drama and stuff. And if you don't know about that, there's go to either the previous video I made on this channel or my latest video on my main channel, which is basically a shortened version of the first one I mentioned. To understand that, I'm not going to go through that again. I'll probably chat about it, and people might have questions in the chat bit and all that. But for now, I'm just going to sort of say that was rough, but it was put into some perspective. Last night, overnight, my uncle died. I won't go into the specifics of it, but it was a damn shame. So it's been, yeah, it's been a rough 28, 48 hours. And yeah, I expect the Thunderfoot fans to go, "Hey, do you want to hug Kev? Wankers." Because that's just the way they are. But yeah, like I say, it's been a rough one, and it's put back production of. I did a video explaining that I was going to do a new series called Feminazi Reads, which I'm still going to do. That hasn't changed. It's just been I've had to push it back by maybe a week or so, but 2 weeks at most, I would imagine. But certainly, I would imagine a few days, because we've got to deal with all this shit now with my uncle having died. And I've got to be there for my dad. It's my dad's brother, by the way. Yeah, so I've got all that shit to deal with, as well as the emotional, of that myself. So yeah, it's going to be a difficult few days. So if I don't post up much in the next few days, hopefully you'll understand why. And it also, to a certain extent, I'm going to be having a drink, having a few beers and a chat with people here, and then going out. I'm not just sat at home on my own drinking. I'm essentially, this is a way of A, communicating with people here, and B, I can have a cheap drink before going out, so I don't spend that much when I'm out. If that makes sense. Yeah. So like I say, yeah, if I don't put out much in the next few days, don't be alarmed or think I'm giving up or think that Jenny McDermott is in some way not silence me so much, but like broken my spirit or whatever. It's got fuck all to do with her. In fact, actually, like, and this is going to sound callous in a way, but I mean, you can never have like a well-timed death in the family. But as close to that has happened now for me, because it's put all this kind of YouTube drama shit into perspective. That still hurts, but I can't even think about it. It's not even on my fucking radar emotionally anymore, because this huge actual life thing has happened, as life is wont to do from time to time. Step in and drag you away from pointless fucking shit on the internet. Oh, hang on, and I didn't turn that off. Already there's someone in the chat saying, "You want to hug, you cunt." Yeah, I already did that joke. I literally already fucking did that joke. Yeah, so there's, yeah, anyway, yeah, I thought I'd bring that to you. In essence, I don't have beyond that. I don't have much else to tell you. If you've got questions in the chat bit, that's what I'm basically going to be doing in this. Is sat here getting slightly inebriated, talking to people on the internet, because that's a thing in the modern world, it seems. Um, so has anyone got any questions, any things, any issues you want me to cover? I will more than happily answer questions about the drama. But if you don't know what the drama is, you're going to have to go and watch those videos, like I said, because I don't really going to go over the whole story again. Yeah, that's just the way it is. Christy Winter says pre-bar. That's what we'd call it in Wisconsin. Yeah, that's basically what's happening. It is what it is, you know. Do you mind being referred to as K-Log? I prefer K-Lo. That one works better, doesn't it? And I do have a big fat ass like J-Lo, so that's that works on 2 level. What's that poster your left shoulder is covering? My left shoulder. So this one. You mean this one? That one? That's the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I think it's the album sleeve for the CD version of By the Way. I don't know why anyone's remotely interested in that, but thank you, Professor Platypus. Who do you blame for the credit crunch? Push on, my man. Push on Bhattacharya is an absolute ledge. Yeah, he asks you, who do I blame for the credit crunch? Fuck it, let's go with the Jews. I think that generally tends to cover it on the internet, doesn't it? I think if you just say it's the Jews, that generally explains it all. I mean, it's not true, but if this is the internet, if you want truth, go elsewhere. Can you do EP? What EPO man usurper? What the fuck? Angry bastard, Matteo. Are you drunk? Because what does that mean? Can you do an ep of man usurper? Do you mean manosphere? Do you want me to do a manosphere thing on Tommy Sotomayor? Because if so, you're now in league with Bowman, the famous, or should I say infamous Bowman, who's a fucking trolly mental case on Twitter and Facebook and everywhere else. Who is one of those characters who doesn't seem to sleep. No matter when you contact him, he answers. It's very, very strange. Maybe he's not one person. Maybe they're a team of Bowmans. Which is fucking terrifying for the species, but there you go. Yeah, on Tommy's Sotomayor. Well, I've actually been invited by Bowman and a few other people to go and debate Tommy Sotomayor, and I don't know that I want to particularly because he's such a repugnant creature in so many ways. So I'm not sure I really want to talk to him, to be honest. But I eventually I might do a Descent of Manosphere on Tommy Sotomayor. But the thing is, it seems like he's the kind of character that is going to create such sort of clickbaity shit into so much nonsense that he's it's probably going to be quite difficult to what's the I'm getting distracted now by stuff. Yeah, it's probably going to be quite difficult to do the research for that. And in the same way that actually it's been really, really difficult trying to get through Sandman, because he creates at least one video every day, and they're always shit. And so you kind of want I don't know. I can't even remember the end of that sentence. Fuck it. Kev, why are you so down on everyone? I'm not down on everyone. I like Christy Winters. She's in the chat. Oh no, she's gone now. She's off. See you later, Christy. Yeah. Do you think Ape has been a bad influence on Jenny? Absolutely, he has. Yeah. I think he's the I don't really know. I don't want to say like he's the catalyst for it all, but he's clearly feeding into her negative, into a lot of the negative shit that she's been getting into lately. I think his influence over her has been negative. But are you certain that she is 24 now? As certain as I could realistically be, I think. Yeah. Thank you, old school gamers 1979. You left a nice little message there. Kevin, you are only human. You're still a good person. You helped me further my love for education. Well, that's awesome. If that, I mean, that's a huge thing. Thank you. I'll give you my condolences on the passing of your uncle. I hope you remember the good times. Yeah, well, I don't want to, like I say, I don't want to sort of reveal the identity of this uncle or whatever. But he was a very pleasant man. He was what he was. He's one of those characters who is both simultaneously annoying and very, very entertaining all at once. Watching a fucking film with him was impossible. It was just amazing because he'd say like he'd have the, look, an interesting bit in the film look up and he'd go, "Did you see that, Kev? Did you see that?" And you're like, "Yes, I fucking saw it, Tom. Of course, I fucking saw it. I'm sat on the sofa with you, you prick. What the?" But it was sort of added to the occasion, really. Um, yeah. Hector Oliveira, I can only presume is either Portuguese or Brazilian in origin. Kev, I got to this live. What is this about? It's not really about anything, really, to be honest with you. Hector, um, he's it's I'm just sort of chatting to people really about stuff and things. If you've got anything you want me to chat about, I'm more than happy to take that on board. There you go. I keep hoping Repsion will grow up. Oh, is there a Mr. Repsion thing happening? See, I told you he's Brazilian. I knew it. I mean, the Oliveira bit gives it away, but yeah, there you go. Hello from to Brazil. Um, do I play video games? I do. Yeah, I'm a huge, almost sort of semi-borderline addict to Civilization, especially the Civilization 5, the most recent one. Yeah, it's that game is ridiculously addictive. Yeah. Am I single? I am single. Yes. If are you offering, Prof? Are you going to put in a claim on this real estate? I'm just gonna I'm gonna sort of slightly disappear from camera now because I'm gonna plug my phone into the thing. So and there we go. There we go. So if that's my phone's now charging. I've touched the camera, so I presume it's gone all over the fucking place, has it? Let's have a look. Where are we? No, it's basically still exactly where the fuck it was. As if there are 39 people watching this shit. What the fuck? I, I love you all, but there are not better things. There are now 40 people, of course. Is there not better things to be doing with your time? 41. Why do people watch this nonsense? This utter fucking nonsense. Look, it's it's bad enough when there's actually something I'm talking about. Whereas now I'm not even talking about anything. Question on Civ. Which version do you prefer? 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? 5. I have to say I genuinely do enjoy 5 more. I mean that's probably not a massively popular thing, but yeah. Some came over from Aldous' show. Yeah, Aldous actually invited me on his thing that he was doing. I didn't get a chance to watch it actually. I'll probably watch it back at some point. I'm passing the time before the Bayern Munich Juve. Sure, you're watching that game. You're not watching the Arsenal Barcelona game. That's the one I'm going for. Um, what was I going to say? I've totally forgot. Yeah, I was invited on the Aldous Valla hangout thing to discuss stuff, but that I couldn't. I was out doing this fucking shite about my uncle. We had to go to like the register office and get like a death certificate and all of that fucking nonsense. So I've been dealing with all that today, so I couldn't go on to the thing. Yes, fuck Arsenal, absolutely. I'm for those who don't know, Barcelona are sort of my second team, really. Um, what was I going to say? Devils versus Rangers on the game. Oh, you're. Well, for those who don't know, I'm a Boston Bruins fan. How did he die? I'd sort of rather not say, really. I get like it's nothing major. It wasn't natural causes, but it wasn't anything. There was no foul play as such. Um, so yeah, but I don't really want to go into it to be honest with you. Wow, word salad classy. What? What are you talking about, man? No, word salad. You don't need. Oh, oh, right. So the vengeful scarecrow was referring to the username word salad. Right, word salad. No problem. You don't need. You can ask me anything, but do expect that I won't necessarily answer you with the answer to the question. Rather, I'll just say, "Go fuck yourself." My uncle died. Evil gunner. Yeah, he died overnight. So that's been shit. I mean, that's just been really, really shit. It's, you know, um, not a lot can, not a lot you can really do about it though. It comes to us all, both death on a personal level and, of course, with the death of other people. That's actually why I've got a theory. I don't know if it's necessarily entirely true. That having pets as a kid is really, really, really important. He was my father's brother, yes, Rebecca. Um, Having pets is really important as a kid because you learn to deal with loss in a more easy way because it's easier to let go, say, like a cat or a dog, as much as they're very much part of your family, because you don't talk to them, because you don't build that sort of interpersonal relationship as you do with a relative, and of course they're not around for as long. Uh, you 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 can, when they die, it's often much easier, and it's sort of like a stepping stone to being able to deal with the death of actual human relatives, especially close relatives, and then obviously eventually your parents or whomever. I've got are people interviewing angry bastards in the chat to my hangout? How outrageous! How outrageous! Well, I like Kev's humour as well. I like Kev's humour too. I mean, I don't. But, oh God, why are we talking about blue waffles? This is unnecessary. And as you can, there's a lag, isn't there? So I'm responding to things that go up like a minute or two before. Or sorry, the video gets to you like a minute or several seconds anyway after. Um, Twat waffles. Is twat waffles a thing? Because there's a user on Twitter, a very funny user, you should definitely go and follow, called something like Queen Twat Waffle. So is that a thing? Is that an American thing? I don't know. Uh, I remember you thinking how close you and your dad were when you were worrying over that guy. Yeah, I'm relatively close to my dad. I'm quite close to my mother as well, I suppose. Um, yeah, so that's yeah, so it's sort of difficult. Who do you think is going to win, Arsenal or Barcelona? Barcelona. I think Wenger had it right when he said that Barcelona were as close to perfection as you can get. I think they basically are. That team is. I would suggest it's better than the Tiki Taka team. I'm putting that out there. And there are some people in this room who are going to be thinking, what the fuck did any of that mean? Yes, the Arsenal Barcelona game is tonight. Leonard44, who's one of my favourite subscribers, because I'm not sure if it's a he or a she. Whomever, it could be a non binary, it could be gender fluid, it could be a fucking cat, I don't know. But Leonard44 is awesome. So there. They make them out of veggies. Oh, evil gunny, fuck off. You little trolly prick. Anyway. Do you play / have any other strategy games, Kev? No, basically. Too much talking, not enough drinking. Yeah, probably, but there you go. Seriously, Kevin, the MRAs are not woman haters. There is plenty of um, what do you call it? There's plenty of evidence to the contrary, unauthorized expression. Kevin, why is your tweet about your stream in Spanish? I don't know. This is a thing actually that came up yesterday. Um, for some reason, I don't know why, because I've never typed anything into Twitter in any other language than English, and shit English at that. Why it sends out tweets in all sorts of different languages. I've had people retweet, like, because you link your Twitter and your Facebook to your YouTube account. So when you put out a video or you organise a live stream like this, it sends out a tweet and Facebook message to the people that follow you there, or the people your friends on Facebook or whatever. And I've had loads of people retweet it, like my video, like the go and watch this video bit, whatever, but in like Finnish or German or all sorts. And I don't know why it does that. It seems like it's like an automated thing or something that it sends out. Look, it sends them out in English as well, but for some reason it goes out, yeah, all sorts. So I don't know why it does that, and I wouldn't even know where to begin how to stop that or alter it in some way. I haven't got a fucking clue. I've met a few MRAs so far that aren't woman haters. Then again, I also grew up with MRAs. We're pretty much the male branch of feminism. I'm not entirely sure I know what you mean. Michaya? Oh, Mikhail Bonilla. Oh, hello. Yeah, sorry. Ever thought about making a video about the golden one? Yeah, he was one of the first people I was linked to when I did my first few episodes of the Descent of Manosphere, and I said, "Oh, have you got any suggestions?" And the golden one popped up straight away. He's a mental. For those who don't know, he's a mental case. I think he's Swedish, possibly. Certainly, he looks like a fucking Viking, basically. Like built like a fucking brick shit house. He's huge, and I mean, look, muscly, like steroid infused muscler. Then goes on about beta males and so on and so. That's my impression of the golden one. So yeah, possibly he's very possibly involved in. It will get an episode at some point, but for now, he's not one of the immediate ones in the future. I've got the next 3 or 4 are lined up. Oh yeah, and by the way, because of like I said, with for those who don't know, the start I said because of family circumstances, the Feminazi Read series will be pushed back by a few days, and thus all of my other content will be as well, including the next episode of the Descent of Manosphere. So there might be something of a backlog, um, you know. But for tonight, I'm doing this as a kind of I might not be here for the next few days bit, and because I want to get very drunk tonight because it's been rough. Hello, Wally Bumblebee. Ahoy hoy. I think, but I'm not sure Alex Jones is pro men's rights. Alex Jones is too mental to believe in anything, it seems. Like he's a libertarian who supports Donald Trump, even though Donald Trump wants to destroy, like, close down the internet somehow. I don't even get that. I love the stupidity of politicians who clearly don't have a fucking clue what the internet is or how it works remotely. When they say like, "Oh, we're going to shut down this or we're going to ban this," you can't. The internet is a fucking wild west frontier land. It's ridiculous. Like you can't ban anything. It's never ever going to happen. I mean, the obvious example in Britain, David Cameron, the Prime Minister, wanted to ban, and quite rightly, well, it's already illegal, but he wanted to like get rid of um, uh, like child porn, like fucking pedo porn, which is all very noble and all the rest of it, but you can't do it. And when he was told basically you can't do it, he said, "Well, we're going to do it." Oh yeah, good luck with that. It's never going to happen because if you want something hard enough, it's if you want something hard enough, it's on the internet. It's going to happen. You can't really stop it. And so the idea that Donald Trump is going to shut it down arbitrarily, it's not going to happen. Trump Sotomayor 2016, the pants up, don't loot campaign. Yeah, I don't know what that means. I loved when he was ranting at Piers Morgan and yelled metal sharks and suicide pills. Yes, oh, Alex Jones. Yeah, that's one of the rare occasions where I quite enjoyed Alex Jones because Piers Morgan is also a total prick, like a real wank. So it's quite nice. And then Alex Jones for the next like fortnight travelled around the country trolling Piers Morgan, going to Piers Morgan was doing like a series of the programs that he's now not doing anymore. But he did like a series of them on because it was a nightly show, wasn't it? And he went around different like gun shows and did stuff uh, on on gun rights and all that sort of shit. And Alex Jones basically followed him around, trolling him, which was really funny because they're both total dickheads. So it was like watching, I don't know, Squirrels fight. It was nothing like watching squirrels fight. As soon as I said it, I thought that doesn't make any fucking sense, Kev. You're an idiot. English, do you speak it? Occasionally. Thank you to everyone who's. I can't. Like, I'm not going to respond to every single person who says deepest sympathies, but thank you to everyone who has said that. That's hugely gratifying. I appreciate that enormously. Thank you. Guns have rights. Absolutely, guns, because of the Second Amendment in America, guns have the right to bear arms. So deal with it. Come on, people. Say some stuff in the chat that I can respond to. Otherwise, this is just going to be me sat here, and this is sad enough as it is. Why do people from the Manosphere always appear? Well, because to be fair, I do videos about the Manosphere, so you're going to attract people from the quote unquote opposition or whatever. That's always going to happen. And you know why I kind of want that? I don't want to just sort of preach to the choir. That would be really fucking boring and pointless. I'm not a person who's in it to pander to people and to just tell people who already agree with me what they want to hear. I actually do want people from the other side to listen. So the fact that they turn up is positive. Even if they're turning up to hate, because ultimately they themselves have subscribers or whatever, and hopefully if you can spread a decent idea or two to a few people, that would be really cool. So I don't want to just have just feminists here. I mean, I don't want haters for the sake of hating. Like I came very close to shutting down for the first. It would have been the first time, but thankfully I didn't in the end. The video I did about what's a fucking name, Kesha, and the thing. You can go and watch the video. It's called I Stand with Kesha, and that was about a rape, or an alleged rape or whatever. And there was loads of really horrific rape. Well, not even jokes, just rapey comments and evil sexist shit going on underneath that video. And I don't like suppressing that kind of stuff, but I don't really want it either. But ultimately, if you have to put with a bit of that in order to get an actual dialogue or something, or to try and it's not a matter of spreading ideas, because I'm not proselytizing to people. I'm trying to talk to them. I'm trying to say, don't go down this path. I don't think that's right for you, or I don't think it's right for anybody. So I want them to listen. I actually want them I want them to turn up. So, but I can't even remember who said it, and I don't think it was even a question. It was just like a point about why do MRAs always turn up. Seriously, kid, please do. Warren Farrell's The Myth of Male Power on Feminart series. Yeah, that's a definite possibility. That would seem to be a thing, because that's like a thing that gets quoted by them all the time. It's like one of their Bibles or whatever. And Warren Farrell's a dick. So yeah, I will at some point. That will be in that series, because yeah, that's in the same way that Rouge V's Bang will be in the series, because it's a part of like the kind of one of the base documents of that. Do you use MRI and anti-feminist interchangeably, because they're two different ideas of it? Yeah, they are two different ideas, but ultimately there's such a huge crossover. Like if you looked at the Venn diagram of MRA and anti-feminist, it wouldn't quite be a circle, but they're kind of basically the same. Well, they're not the same thing, but the people who embody those ideas are pretty fucking similar in terms of crossover. Who would make a better president, Donald Trump or Gary Busey? I don't see why they couldn't do a president vice president combo. That would be awesome. Trump Busey or Busey Trump. Fuck it, if you're going to go down in a nuclear flame war, you might as well do it properly. I have to go, Kev. See you later. See you later, word salad. Bye bye. Kev, do you not care about men's rights? I do care about men's rights. I absolutely care about men's rights. Yes. I'm not even hiding anything. I've said this before. If if we just go by the literal definition of like a person who fights for men's rights or a person who believes in better rights for men, I would therefore classify myself as a men's rights activist. But the problem is that comes with such a huge amount of baggage based on the rape apologetics and the misogyny and a lot of the kind of traditional conservative shit that goes along with some of it as well. So there's a lot of crap that goes along with it. So I can't call myself that because ultimately the men's rights movement as currently constituted, I can't associate myself with. I now won't associate myself with it. So there you go. Did you download the PDF book I sent you last night of Larkin? I didn't know because I'll have to explain that. I did a hangout with some people, Angry Bastards included, and you can go and check that out on Garrett's channel. If I remember, I'll put a link down below, but I probably won't because I'll be drunk. And he linked a thing by Larkin Rose. But it was in the for those who don't know, if you do a live hangout, there's like a chat thing on the side of like the actual screen that you'll like the actual hangout's happening in. So if you type something in there, only the people in the hangout can see it. So you can put like links to stuff, or if you want to say something to one of the people in the room, but without the audience hearing, like something to do with the hangout that would be boring for people to hear about, but you actually want to talk, you want to say like, oh, can I invite someone in or whatever, you can do it in that little chat bit. And he linked a thing in that, and I got rid of the window and it disappeared. So basically your answer, Angry Bastard, is no, I didn't. Can you send it to me in like, well, you don't even have to be a private message. Can you send it to me in a message on either Twitter or Instagram? Not Instagram, Twitter or Facebook. I mean, you can send it on Instagram, I suppose, but that would be a bit weird. Hey Kev, dude, bro, my brother. Why are you arguing with Jenny, dude? MRA exposed, or MRA's exposed. I don't want to be arguing with Jenny, and that would be a message from somebody on Facebook, I think. And again, that's Angry Bastards, I bet you. Sorry, MRA exposed. I'm not ignoring you, dude. I don't. Stop. I'll have to deal with that in a bit. Sorry, I'm doing like a live thing. Yeah, with Jenny McDermott, right? I don't want to have to be arguing with her. I don't like the fact that I've had to fall out with her. I don't like the fact that she stabbed me in the back. I don't like any of those things. If it were up to me, it wouldn't have happened this way, and I would still be friends with her. But she decided after I stuck my neck out for her on several occasions, where I probably should have called her out, to to shit on me, basically. So yeah, it's the video. If you want to go and check it out, MRA Exposed, it's on my channel, or it's on this channel, or you can go and watch the shortened version on my main channel. I did a hangout yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. Sorry, my brain's a bit scrambled in some of the time. Yeah, and it will explain, or you can hear my explanation of what went down there. But basically, she can't be. I can't trust her anymore. It's not even that I'm like I absolutely despise her in every way, because I don't. But I can't trust her anymore. So there's no coming back from that. Once you know someone isn't trustworthy, unless there's like an absolute huge sea change. Like with say if you've got someone who's like I don't know, a drug addict or something. You can't trust them because they're addicted to drugs. They're going to steal the shit, whatever. Um, and until they have like a real huge sea change in their life and become this completely different person, you can't allow them back in. And Jenny has shown absolutely no sign of wanting to change. So I mean, what can I do? Like I say, I think I've tried to be as good a friend as possible. I've backed her up in a number of ways when I probably shouldn't have done. I stuck my neck on the line for her on a number of occasions, and I've been repaid with treachery. So fuck her. Yeah, Professor Platypus says, I'm kind of concerned. She's driving away everyone who cares about her. I hope she's doing okay. Yeah, I think there is possibly something in that. There you go. Have you seen Jenny's tweet that included a private chat with Christian? Yeah, I have actually responded to it. For all the shitty things she said to Christian, the one bit that really annoyed me was she was going on about I'm not a PhD academic who just reads dry shit on video. I'm an entertainer. Oh, Jenny, you've just been doing trolling for fucking weeks and weeks now. It's not. You're not an entertainer. You're like a weird. I don't know. I don't want to be cruel about it. I really don't, because I think there is a decent person in there, but she's made herself into like a kind of a car crash, fucking circus sideshow thing, where you just think, oh god, what is she going to do next? But, anyway, as an SRS, you're gonna have to explain what that is. Drug addict. She's toxic. No way she stays sober with that kind of chaos in her life. What's SRS? You have to explain that to me. Yeah, she did say that, Rebecca. Yeah, she's look as was pointed out previously, and I've read that out. She is pushing everyone away. You know, me and Christy, I think, have been really solidly behind her and supported her in a number of ways, often to her own detriment in a number of ways. But oh, SRS just means serious. Okay, well, just type out serious, you lazy bastard. I mean, how many letters are you really saving? She's claiming it is some sort of satire now. Oh, she's not, is she? Oh, God. Oh, oh, that it hurts, man. That's so shit. Oh, because it obviously wasn't. It was obviously, to a degree, it's uh, she just wants to hurt Armored Skeptic or Shoe on Head, and I get that. I get like it's it's kind of childish in some way, but we've all had moments where we've wanted to lash out at people that we don't fucking like. But that's not satire, Jenny. That's a fucking lie. In the same way that Rouge V's article wasn't fucking satire. You can't you can't just randomly ad hoc just fucking say um, hang on a second. MRA exposed. Disappointed, Kevin. Disappointed Jenny trusted you and you misused it. What did I fucking do? What do you mean I misused it? You better fucking explain that, otherwise me and you are done as well. Dick. Anyway, you can't just ad hoc decide that it's satire based on the fact that people have called you out on it and you've had a horrible reaction. Exactly, Laszlo. Yeah, if you kill a person, it's okay if you just call it satire. Exactly. Like you can't. It's fucking nonsense. But you told us something that wasn't truthful. Okay. Yeah, I was doing a bit of gossip, and I told her that this dox had been revealed, and the information was wrong. That's why I told her in private, rather than going out and saying I'm a skeptic's a rapist. That's dumb. That's really fucking dumb. You provided her with the info on Shoe on Head, and fucking what? Is the person that sells a gun to somebody and that person then uses that gun to go mental and shoot up a fucking school? Is it that person? Is it the person who sold the gun? Is it their fucking fault? She's a grown woman with her own brain and her own fucking agency. If she can't deal with it and she needs to get help, that's a different matter. But I'm not here. I'm not her fucking doctor. I was her friend, okay? I'm not. I don't run her channel. I don't run her life. I can't be held responsible because she's not responsible, okay? And if you disagree with that, then I'm sorry. You're just going to have to fuck off. I'm not going to apologise for shit I haven't done. Fuck's sake. And that's the really annoying thing about all of it. It's not just that she stabbed me in the back. She did so to try and drag me down with her. After, and again, when I say after all I've done for her, I haven't fucking took a bullet for her or anything. But I've, like I said, I've put myself out there and put my life, not my life, put my neck on the line, right? Potentially, mirroring stuff which had a fucking ducks in it, which I wasn't even aware of, and like, that could have got me flagged. That could have my fucking channel put in danger or whatever. And it's, but I'm not expecting anything in return. I'm not expecting her to be all like, "Oh, thanks, Kim, brilliant. Oh, I owe you everything." I don't give a fuck. But what I don't expect is to have that thrown back in my face. So there you go. Kevin is guilty of being a gossip. Yes, and I tell you what, this actually. Um, Hope she makes a dozen videos about it. Oh, fuck off, X Exiled. I'm done with you, man. She was on the fucking Twitter today going about, oh, if you can prove, I hope you can prove me wrong about you or whatever. Look, there's nothing I could do that would ever just like ever I, I could ever say that would ever fucking convince her of anything else. She decided long ago, right? She decided ages ago that I was a dickhead or I was a piece of shit, and nothing's going to change her mind on that. It doesn't matter what I say, what I do, they will ever convince her. So I've stopped fucking listening. I've zoned out from you, bud. I'm done with you. I don't give a fuck anymore. Dick. Anyway, I'm going to have a beer. Have you tried to Google it? Google what? Its responsibility is not a zero-sum game. It basically is, mate. You can't. Oh, that's Spinosaurus. Oh, hey, Spino. Good to see you in, man. Um, what was I going to say? Oh, what did you say? It's not a zero-sum. Basically, it is. You're an adult. You have to take fucking credit for that. Like, I got something wrong in a private conversation with Jenny McDermott, right? What brand of beer? Carlsberg. If Carlsberg want to send me some free stuff for advertising, by all means. I doubt they will, because there aren't that many people. Actually, are there? How many people are watching now? Let's have a quick look. 51, as if there are 51 people watching this shite. I am really a Boston Celtics fan, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I got. What was I fucking saying? Yeah, I got a piece of information wrong in a private conversation, right? And I've subsequently said that was wrong. That information was wrong, and dealt with it. I've dealt with that situation, right? But I did. So, like I say, I only ever fucking said that in private. Jenny McDermott went, oh, well, without checking that, I'm just going to go out and call him a fucking paedophile. And then when proven wrong, double down, treble down, quadruple down on the same shit. So no, I'm not taking any fucking responsibility whatsoever for her fucking nonsense. She's her own fucking human being, her own adult. You like Larry Bird? Of course I like Larry Bird. I personally think the third best NBA player of all time. I'm putting it out there. Deal with it. Um, exactly. Yes, Wooly Bumblebee. I don't have to want to agree. Don't want to have to agree with you on too often occasions, but yes, to get the information wrong firstly and then go out and say it is shit. But um, why are people saying third? What's that? Why is that a thing? But yeah, she can have but yeah, but to be proven wrong and then go, oh, you're still a rapist. And even like today, the video she released today impugning me and calling me a rape apologist. Fucking bitch. Fuck her. She, yeah, she was still calling it armored rape gate. What? Beginning to think she possibly might be unhinged. I don't know. Okay, I'm holding you up to an impossible standard. I demand that you love your cat more than I already do. No, I can't possibly. I can't possibly love Rory cats anymore. Fuck the Bull. Fuck the Celtics. The Bulls are far better. I think the Eastern Conference standings would suggest otherwise, my man. Although Derrick Rose being essentially a walking hamstring strain doesn't help. What is your poison? Vengeful Scarecrow, I've already said I'm drinking Carlsberg, you dick. Shut up. All sports is gay. Do you mean are gay? I genuinely can't believe 50 people are watching me get drunk. It's madness. I should have brought the bin over. There's a bin over in the corner, and I didn't bring it over with me, so I'm just going to have to put my cans on the ground. Kev has to take responsibility for his own actions. Absolutely, yes, and I do. But I don't take responsibility for her actions. So I don't know what you're on about. It's not a zero-sum game. Carlsberg is shit. Carlsberg is sort of shit, but it's you basically it's a kind of the graph of shitness of beer and price. So it's the kind of the sweet spot of it's just about drinkable and it's cheap enough to get you drunk. So there you go. Geeky day. You're triggering my alcoholism. I need a safe space in a hug box zone. Evil Gunny, you are such a trolly twat. You really are, man. What bothers me with Jenny is she seems incapable. She seems capable of remorse. Doesn't seem capable of remorse. Yeah, there's probably something in that. I don't really want to just sit here badmouthing though. Has anyone got any questions other than about fucking Jenny McDermott? Can we move on? Can we something positive, people? I don't need negativity now, people. Come on, let's talk about something good. Let's talk about puppies or something. How is Kesha doing? I don't know her, mate. Presumably not brilliantly, but I don't actually know the woman. So. Leffy is where it's at. Oh, it's a beer, isn't it? I don't know. How do magnets work? I don't know. That's an insane clown posse thing, isn't it? I don't know how magnets work. I just trust that scientists do. So there you go. What kind of videos are you hoping to do in the near future? Well, I've announced yesterday I'm going to be doing a new series called Feminazi Reads, which is essentially a complete rip-off of Steve Shives' An Atheist Reads, but from my feminist perspective. And the first one I'm going to be doing is Bang Ukraine by Rushby. But like as I explained earlier, that's been pushed back because this my family situations are that'll be a few days away. I was hoping to get it out by Wednesday initially, but like I say, with this thing happening, I'd be very surprised if it's out this week. Basically, I'd be surprised if it doesn't happen next week. I know you're a metalhead, but are you into punk? I really don't care for metal. I'm into punk myself. Yeah, I am into punk. Actually, I've got a Rancid. I don't know if you can see that in the top corner, but I've got a Rancid thing as part of my little backdrop thing. Because Rancid are the shizzle. How many STDs does Roosh have? I think it's probably better or quicker to count the rest STDs he doesn't have. So he's basically a pigeon. I think part pigeon, part clap clinic, and all round cock. Can send you e-pubs on Skype if you want them. Yeah, if you can do that, man, that would be awesome. because I've been absolutely 100% legally downloaded the first one, the Bang Ukraine shite. So if you want to help me out with that Spinosaurus skin, that would be awesome. How do you feel about people calling you Mr. Potato Head? Do you have a sense of humor? Yeah, I don't really give a fuck. Like, there is so much worse I can and do get called all the time. Potato is, who gives a shit, man? It's just a. Are you slut shaming Rouge? I am. Rapists have feelings too. I suppose that's technically true. If this was Coughlin's chat, we'd have talked about Thunderfoot's neck 3 times by now. Well, I've never been one to mention Thunderfoot's massive neck. It's never come up in my ever. You know, I would never mention, to recycle a joke I told in his Descent of Manosphere, that he has the weirdest thinness of skin to thickness of neck ratio of any human being ever. Oh, what was it? Oh, I can't remember now. But there was that joke was originally planned to be longer, but the episode was overrunning, so I cut the end bit off a bit. But I can't remember. It was something about comparing him to Jesus and calling him Thunder Christ. I can't remember, but anyway. Stop body shaming Thunderfoot. Now, fuck Thunderfoot. My whole thing is, right, I don't go up to people for the way they look, either physically, in terms of their body or their face or whatever. A, because I'm an ugly bastard too. But unless they have, they go after it in them, they go after other people. Like with War Corpse. War Corpse is one of the most physically repulsive human beings you'll ever see. But yeah, he goes after the way people look all the fucking time. And you think, that's ridiculous. And so I go after him. And I realise that opens me up under that very same credo, if that makes sense. Because I've gone after other people, I then am fair game myself. But there you go. Can we rent out Thunderfoot's neck for safe spaces? We'll be able to have all the safe spaces needed in the world in one place. Possibly. I don't know that we really want to, though, because you'd have to walk past Thunderfoot to get into his neck. So, I mean, I don't know. I love your Thunderfoot voice, and feel free to shame his thick, veiny cockney. The thing is with my Thunderfoot voice, I can't really do it off the bat because before I do those videos, I listen to like a Thunderfoot video. I don't really watch it. I just listen to the sound of his voice, so it's in my head because he talks a bit like that, and there's all this bad sex, which that was rubbish because I haven't listened to his voice in 2 or 3 weeks. War Corpse cracks me up. Yeah, War Corpse is my favourite mental case. I could listen to him all day. He's such a mentalist. I was rewatching some of his videos the other day. The bit where he randomly decided to pick on the state of Hawaii, and he got into a bit of trouble because one of the local papers in Hawaii decided to call him out on it, and so he ended up having to make a video apologising to the state of Hawaii. What? What? He body shamed me. Who body shamed you, Woolly Bumblebee? If I had Thunderfoot's voice in my head, I might kill myself. Zachary Mohammed Amonrath. That's almost certainly not how that surname's pronounced. Apologies. Yeah, go and watch Angry Bastards video analysis of World Cup 666, which was what was it? I can't remember. Yeah, it contains some stuff that you should definitely go and watch because it's funny. Do you have an Uber driver in Birmingham, Kevin? Yeah, but I've never used one of them, but I know they exist here. Mohammed, how do you know my middle name? Because I know everything. I'm a seer. I'm a knower of all things. I'm a Noah's Ark of all things. What is your opinion on kraut and tea? What the fuck is that? Have you ever watched anything from you, James 1978? Yeah, I have. I've quite liked some of his stuff. You, James 1978 is I mean, unless you're going to bring up some specific thing that I don't know about, I like his stuff. I love like certainly a lot of the things. So they are in the UK then? Yeah, absolutely. Actually, are you not from the UK then, Sarah, Rebecca Beard? I don't know where you're from. But yes, the Uber drivers are in the UK. There's actually a thing at the minute. The London Transport Authority are trying to essentially close down Uber in London because their money comes from the licenses sold to the black cab drivers. So essentially, they're trying to protect that huge amount of income. What do you do for a day/night job? I work nights as a security guard. You could essentially train a chimp to do my job, but it allows me a lot of time, which is how I'm. You're in Norfolk, so do they not have an Uber in Norfolk? Then I presume. You're from Norfolk, so you're inbred as well. Is that a thing? That's the webbed feet and hands, I would imagine. They're essentially frogs, I think. Um, that's a joke, by the way, Rebecca. Um, yeah, I am. Yeah, I am a security guard. You could train a chimp to do my job, but it allows me the time to do my research for Descent of Manosphere and all of that malarkey, which is awesome. Which is why I'm able to put out, a reasonably sort of ridiculously huge number of videos. Vic BC here, WBB. Are we doing code now? I'm in Montreal. Oh, British Columbia. Oh, Victoria, British Columbia, cool. We've got Canadians in. West Virginia banned Uber. Probably banned anal sex too. So I'm not entirely sure what kind of judges they are. I thought you were a gigolo. There's no one paying for this. There's no one paying for this. Oregon, also known as Spin the Wheel. I thought you were in Seattle, Micaiah. Pennsylvania. Oh, that's not too far from Steve Shives. They ban sodomy, not anal, so that means no BJ. Yeah, I don't quite get that 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 the religious notion of like that sexual puritanical nonsense. Like, sex is quite nice. Just fucking go with it, you dickheads. Quebec. Why are we bombing Quebec now? Why is that happening? We have language police, real language police. Come on, don't be silly. Don't be silly. Oh, also, did you say you were in Montreal? WB. Anal jihad. There is a video that Osama bin Laden definitely should have released. That would have been fun. Is a joke. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Ban the French. Called the OLF. What are you talking? What is going on here? Kev, do you work at a club? No, I don't. Did you think I did? Aldous Fella, me, Roosh, and LW aren't far from Steve. But yeah, apparently so. Apparently that around sort of the capital of the nation apparently is quite heavily what not to do. Populated, Kip. Come on. Anal Jihad has to be a death metal song. So yeah, absolutely. Favorite metal band, Kevin? Because I know you like metal. Oh, that's impossible. My favorite metal band. Um. Oh, that's no, that's impossible. That's like saying, I don't know. You've got 10 kids, and you only one of them can survive, and you're gonna have to kill the rest of the nine. It's just not happening. Now, Rouge is nothing like Glenn Quagmire because at least Quagmire is sort of charming in his own way. Rouge V just makes my skin crawl. Do you watch TV soaps? No, no, I do not. I can't believe there's all this talk of anal jihad and no one's done a suicide bomber joke. I'm disappointed in all of you, I have to say. Um, Quagmire is a rapist, yes, of course he is. But essentially, he's shown as the creepy guy. He's not like shown as the. Um, well, I think he is anyway. I quite enjoy that show. I mean, some of it's quite difficult to watch in a number of ways, but it's a funny show and stuff. Quagmire is also a productive member of society, I suppose. Yeah, is he a pilot or something? Does anyone watch TV anymore? I watch TV for sport and stuff. Fart. Sewage side bomber. That that almost works. I think suicide bomber works better though as a joke, to be honest, because it actually like the cadence of the phrase is the same. What's Cody? I don't know what that is. South Park is the social commentary of. No, it isn't. South Park's fucking trash. I mean, it's got some funny bits, but it's a pretty shit show for the most part. Actually, no, I do. I can happily sit there and watch South Park. Right, it's funny in its own way, but the idea that it's now doing social commentary, yeah, it also does like fucking kids getting anally probed and dying of cancer and stuff. So take it with a pinch of salt. Do I watch Rick and Morty? I've seen bits of it. It's been humorous enough, but I don't quite get it. Uh, Curry fan, absolutely fucking not. I'd cut my own balls off. Well, not literally. That would be silly. Um, Anal Akbar. Oh, for fuck! Stop trying to do anal jihad jokes. Osama bin Lubin? No, that doesn't work. Um, your view on the Jeremy Kyle show? I fucking despise Jeremy Kyle. I hope he dies in pain. Fucking piece of shit. He basically earns his living exploiting the shitty lives of people. He's an awful, awful human being. Is Led Zeppelin heavy metal or rock? Rock, really, isn't it? I think Led Zeppelin's a rock band rather than metal. I mean, they're very good, but they're not really metal. I'm a terrible Brit. Yeah, I don't watch Coronation Street. I don't drink tea all that often. I don't engage in casual violence or racism. I mean, I'm awful. Saddam Hussein, nice. Um, has no one got anything they want to ask me or anything? Or are we just best restaurant in Birmingham? McDonald's. No, I haven't eaten at McDonald's in fucking years. I don't know. I don't really go out to restaurants all that often anymore. Most people say they're the first heavy metal band. No, they're not. They're not. I mean, um, the 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 roots of heavy metal, I think, were around significantly before Led Zeppelin, really. Like, I think "You Really Got Me" by the Kinks is a pretty, sort of one of the, cited as one of the really first heavy metal tunes as such. I like the Kinks; they're pretty awesome. Do you get Canadian beer in Britain? Oh, we get everything in Britain. I'm sure there's Canadian beer. Name some brands of Canadian beer, and I'll tell you if I know them. Have you ever visited the grave of Karl Marx? I have, yes. But that's because there's loads in Highgate Cemetery in London. There are loads of famous old timey people there, buried there. If you're into that sort of thing, go and what this is a point, right? Because Steel Fabric asks, what sports do you watch? And this is a point I think most of my subscribers probably don't know all that well or at all. Is that I basically watch all sports all the fucking time. I mean, I just sport is one of the key elements of my life. Honestly, how are you feeling, Kev? And then followed up with no homo. Well, the fact that it's no homo is a disappointment to me, enormously so. Um, I'm caught up, obviously, but no, I am caught up. But I'm going to try and just get drunk and see how that goes. Okay, what is your position on the Brexit? Oh God, I hate that portmanteau. For those who don't know, Brexit means British exit, and it's talking about the referendum that will be happening in, is it June or July? The date has been set anyway, for Britain to potentially leave the European Union. I will be voting to remain in the European Union, assuming there isn't some massive change in circumstances. Exactly, fuck the word Brexit. It's so annoying. And the thing is, I'm sick to fuck of it um, already, and it's going to be, like I say, there's like another 4 or 5 months of it, and it's going to intensify. And you just, oh God, I'm going to have nightmares about the word Brexit. Oh God, and I agree with Vengeful Scarecrow about something. Oh, that's most unfortunate. But yeah, I will be voted to remain in the European Union because I'm pro Europe. I'm not necessarily very pro EU because of the corruption and the lack of transparency and um, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, the lack of democracy, undemocratic nonsense. Why are there so many Eurosceptics? I don't know if that's a typo or you're literally saying Eurosceptic. Um, I don't know. Well, there are lots of it. There are some of them that are genuinely uh, have genuine concerns, like I have genuine concerns, but they don't seem to necessarily, they're not pro Europe or whatever, and so they don't get past it in the way that I have been able to. Um, um, but yeah, but some of them are just xenophobic dicks. But like, oh God, I don't know if anyone saw the car crash interview with George Galloway, who, for those who don't know, is a very old school, very left wing guy who was an MP in Britain, who you might know internationally from his speech in which he saluted the strength, courage, and indefatigability of Saddam Hussein whilst essentially in Saddam Hussein's palace in Iraq back in the, would have been what, late 80s, early 90s, whatever. Um, yeah, he's a scumbag, but he's come out for the out campaign and he's now aligned himself with lots of right wing dickhead. But there you go. He is an anti-Semitic prick. Yes, absolutely. I despise George Galloway. Um, he did well. I don't think necessarily crushed Hitchens, but that's a debate I could watch again and again. I must have watched it about a dozen times. That whole debate. Sure, I don't know. Christopher Hitchens, now late of this world, and George Galloway in New York debated the rights and wrongs of the Iraq War way back in the day. We're talking like 2004 or something. And that was well worth watching. I don't know if he necessarily crushed. Oh, pardon me. I don't know if he necessarily crushed Hitchens. I think he made some very good arguments, but I think Hitchens did too. I think he did. One, I will give props to Galloway for his taking on the US. Was it Senate committee or Congressional committee or whatever? Absolutely tore them up. That was fun. But he's a racist fucking piece of shit. And of course, people don't like to mention this on the left, on the extreme left that he resides on. But his campaign against Una King, when he ousted her from her seat, when he was thrown out of the Labour Party, ran in Bethnal Green and Bow in London, and ran against Una King, who was one of the few female women of colour in Parliament at the time, and ran a very racist, very very sexist campaign in order to try and call Islamic extremists. So fuck him, he's a cunt. But anyway, yeah, he did an interview, and it was incredibly embarrassing, and he made himself look a right cunt. There was a massive whisper campaign in Tower Hamlets about how she was half Jewish. Exactly. And it's not even that he tolerated that. He directed a lot of it. He ran a very very race. I mean, we're going over some old school, obscure British politics here, but he ran a very very racist, very very sexist campaign in order to court a lot of extreme Muslim people. And not to say that all of the Muslims there are extreme. Like he was trying to campaign for all of those votes, and unfortunately it worked. That's the really horrible thing of it. Those kind of negative campaigning tactics do work. That's popular. Mike Buchanan, yes, he's the Justice for Men and Boys, and then in brackets, and the Women Who Love Them party. Yeah, he ran and got about 200 votes, isn't it? Rather embarrassing. And he's a twat. So. Labour has no spine left after Lutfur Rahman taking on Lutfur Rahman. I don't know who that person is, I have to be honest. I don't know who that. If you want to send me a link, Simon O'Brien, I will have a look, but I don't know. Kevin Francis Logan, what's the closest British analogue to Trump, i.e. massive ego obnoxious? Oh wow. Well, there's no one who's particularly close to Donald Trump at all in British politics, because Donald Trump would be, and indeed is, laughed at in British politics as a fucking clown. When he did his banning all Muslim immigrants thing, and he came out and said, because there was I'm trying to get my fucking words straight here. There was a petition to try and get him banned from Britain, and when you do a petition on the official government's the government website, the number 10.org, I think it's called, website, which I'm hopefully going to be starting my own one to about Saudi Arabia. Anyway, if you get, I think it's 500,000 signatories, there has to be, by law, there's a debate in Parliament about the thing. And so there was a debate in the British Parliament about banning Donald Trump from coming to the country, literally not giving him a travel visa. And when this on the day that this happened, Donald Trump, like during the campaign, it was before the caucuses had happened or whatever, the early ones that have happened. Donald Trump said that London was no-go area for Muslims and blah blah blah, and virtually everyone from right to left, everyone came out and said, "You're a cunt, mate. You're a fucking idiot." So there's no particularly close British equivalent to Trump, but probably if I had to pick someone who was as close to Trump, probably, I don't know. There's a certain element of Boris Johnson, possibly. I don't. Yeah, there is a certain element of Boris Johnson about him, but even then, Boris Johnson is eminently preferable. Even though I fucking despise Johnson, he's, by comparison to Trump, he's a million times better. Million times better. Oh, I'm going to miss the game, the start of the football, aren't I? Ah, well, never mind. I'll survive, I'm sure. Who's Skyping me? I can't. Who the fuck's Skyping me? Oh, right, okay, yeah. Thanks, Spino. Just Skyped over some dick pics, which is nice of him. That's a joke, by the way. Anyway, they have a similar hairstyle. They do actually have quite a similar hairstyle. What's your favourite Davis Orini video? Oh, the most decadent slut since the fall of Rome, which is a video called Men of the West. That's my favourite Davis Orini video because it's so mental. Oh, don't say I'm an alright guy, unauthorised expression. I can't. That part of the. This is going to sound sort of slightly shitty on me, but I can't help but say, the part of the problem with the whole Jenny McDermott fucking thing, is I've got a lot of support from MRAs or whatever, and that doesn't help. That doesn't make me feel better. As much as I know that a lot of them are actually being genuinely pleasant and nice, that doesn't make me feel any better. Do you know what I mean? But anyway. Orini's conspiracy video is brilliant. I mentioned it. I dropped a bit of that video into the Center Manosphere video on him, and he was going on about. He explained that he'd been linked as a conspiracy theorist on some fucking website or another, and he said, just because I believe that maybe the Boston Marathon bomber may have been given the materials by the US government and that they may have tried to do X, Y, and Z, blah, 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 blah. And that makes me a conspiracy theorist. Yes, Davis, precisely. If you believe that the US government has specifically given explosive materials to men they know will blow people up in the hope of trying to get their own citizens killed, yes, you're a conspiracy theorist. No. John Pertwee, best Doctor Who. Oh, no, he isn't. No. Best Doctor Who. Oh. Eccleston? I'll go Eccleston. Kev should fight Elam for the domination of the MRM. I should fight him naked to the death. That would be fun. Mainly because I would kill him. And that's not a threat, by the way. I'm just saying, if we had to fight naked to the death, I would beat him to death with my fucking sweaty scrotum. So there you go. Yes, Eccleston. Christopher Eccleston and his big northern fucking face. He was an awesome Doctor. Exactly. He left you wanting more. He didn't just go on and on and on. Eccleston was the fucking shiznit. Kevin, would you consider joining me and Wooly on one of my episodes of Perspectives? I know Wooly asked this once, but I think, yeah, absolutely. That sounds interesting. I don't tend to turn down many offers like that because I enjoy talking to people. I genuinely do. As I explained earlier, I don't just want to talk to feminists. I want to talk to everybody because that's sort of the fun of life. The rich tapestry of life. Indeed, he did. He made that Doctor. If he'd been a shit Doctor, Doctor Who series subsequent to that, which have been fucking awesome, would not have happened. So Eccleston is the absolute fucking ball bag. And that's meant as a compliment. No, it's not just SJWs that don't get the joke or make you point out the joke. There are loads of people who always, and some of them probably do it on purpose. They purposely take you out of context. They say like, "Oh, you said in this thing." Like, I did a joke actually in the thing with Wally Bumblebee. I did a joke when it was literally a joke. I was taking the piss out of racists who said that they didn't have enough space in their church, in the church building, to allow people who weren't white in. It was like a KKK rally. And I did the joke, pretending to be one of the racists, saying, I would have let in all the niggers and kikes, but we don't have the space. Obviously, parodying their nonsense by using incredibly inflammatory racist language to uh, to mock and deride those people who would talk about people in that way and would treat people in that way. But I still had people contact me saying, "You shouldn't do, and you shouldn't use that language, and you shouldn't say these words." And they were anti-feminists. I've discussed stuff in the past with them, and they hate feminism. So it's not just SJWs that do that. You have to, on the internet, you have to be so wary sometimes. You're like treading on fucking eggshells with people. 1 second. Pardon me. Yeah. What? I don't know. Anyway, some people are pointing now. Anyway, yeah, but people purposely misunderstand stuff or accidentally do so. So you have, so it's not just SJWs. Bless you, cunt. I love you too, man. And thank you to Rebecca. Some people who didn't bless me. Where are your fucking manners? Do you not know that my soul was trying to escape through my nose, and by not blessing me, you could have killed me? That is literally where that thing comes from, apparently. Anyway, I'm gonna have one more beer and I'm gonna fuck off, I think. Kurt, how are you alive? That sounds like a really deep philosophical thing, and I don't know if I can really answer. I hope the next Doctor will be female, because we already have Missy, the female version of the Master, with the 12th Doctor Capaldi I actually like. I don't know. I wouldn't have a particular problem with it being female, but I don't know. I mean, as much as I am absolutely a feminist, and I've got no problem with it being female, it would change things a bit, wouldn't it? And would you then have to have like a male sidekick to balance that out? I don't know. But like I say, if it anything with drama like that, it's a matter of if the writing's good, it sort of almost doesn't matter what sex the people are or what, as long as they're vaguely capable actor. Often it's the writing and the directing that's much more important. I've got Macbeth. Is that any easier for Brits to understand? I I haven't got a fucking clue what that means. See you later, Libsock. Um, yeah, he has had male companions. That's true. Yeah, but most of the time it's been female, hasn't it? And most of the kind of regular peeps have been. I know that it's fucking Shakespeare. I mean, God, I mean, what is the relevance of it to this thing? And also, you spelt Shakespeare wrong, you condescending prick. Um, I can't really speak to Voyager or any of the Star Trek things because I'm not a disgusting nerd. I mean, I am, but I'm not. But I am, but I'm not. But I don't watch Star Trek. Who's 700 plus? What is what? Oh, you're just talking amazingness. Why in the fuck are you crazy anti-Americans rambling about? I'm not anti-American. Exactly, I'm an anti-American on paper. I'm a plushy nerd. You might have to flesh that one out for me. I don't know what the fuck that means. 8 out of 10. What? Oh god. What my subscribers weird? Well, it's because I am. As if there are still 41 people. An hour and a half in, there's still 41 people watching this utter fucking shite. Like the thing is, I know it's bad because I wouldn't be watching this. If this was on, it's like I was like, oh, such and such a person's doing a hangout, and they were doing this. I wouldn't watch it. This is rubbish. Oh, likes on my video. Okay, that's all. I don't get that. Why would you? I don't. There's 2-1 on mine, but I haven't refreshed the screen in a million years. Or in an hour and a half. Actually, I'll just do that. I'll refresh the fucking screen. Yeah, I don't quite get why people thumb up or down a video, unless like if in the first couple of minutes someone comes on and goes nigger queers or something, actually that would be quite funny. But if someone comes on and says something really, really racist or whatever in the first couple of minutes, I don't see why you would thumb something down. And I certainly would never thumb anything up before I'd seen the whole thing, because that would be. I just don't get it. Whatever. What ebbs? 14-3 apparently is the up to down. Well, I've noticed actually. Yeah, I've not in the last few days. I've noticed a lot of people have been watching my videos, but I've still been getting fuck tons of downvotes. But there you go. Nigger queers. Oh god, I hope that doesn't become a catchphrase. I think I definitely would lose my SJW card then. I'm quite tempted to open my next video with nigger queers, because I don't know what that would entail. What would that video be about? Oh, delightful. Why is my computer being shit now? Hello? Have we stopped? I don't know what's happening. Are we? Is this still going? I don't know. My screen's freezing up now. So I don't know whether I should sort of call it a day, basically. Oh, my screen's freezing. I don't know if this is getting through to people, to be honest, but it's. Oh god, it was going so well, but fuck Google up the arse so much. God damn it. Although if he does freeze up now, I'll have only missed the first couple of minutes of the game. So there's that. I literally could just be talking to myself now. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. And if there's anyone still watching this, it's on you. You need to up your standards in terms of what you enjoy as entertainment, because this is shit. Are we back here? I don't know. If it doesn't improve in like the next minute, I'm going. So there's that. Is anything happening? I'm going to go. I don't know if this is getting through to anybody, but I'm going to now leave. My computer's being shit, or Google's being shit, or something. Anyway, so I'll say pip pip and hope that it goes through and that it's actually being recorded, because I don't know. Anyway, pip pip.